What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumbass. Like and subscribe. So, sorry for the absence. I had to do some emergency surgery on my girl, Traily Bailey. That's my vehicle, by the way. It's a little, sorry, I was a little loud there. But yeah, had to do that because, I gotta keep her on the road. You know what I mean? I gotta keep her where she need to be. Anyway, so the Game Awards nominees were announced. My thoughts on the Game Awards are kind of similar to all of the award shows that exist in the society that we exist in at the moment right now, which is to say that they're kind of just like a pat on the back for creators, or it's more about zeitgeist and popularity. Occasionally there are like smaller creators or unknowns that really do good work and just stand out in the crowd, and they're undeniable, and they win because what they've made is great and good and beautiful, and everybody loves it and stuff. But most of the times it's like it's kind of like when you watch the Oscars, it's Oscar bait. You hear the term Oscar bait films, like The Notebook or The Piano or The Whatever, The Amateur. I don't know. It's the and then something and then yeah. Oh yeah, Oscar. But it's kind of sickening, and it's obvious, it's blatantly, it's clear as day. We all know that Jeff Keighley is a Kojima stan. There's no other way to kind of put it. I mean, he's on his balls like hairs of pubicity. I don't know how to it's just ridiculous. Now, look, I like Yu Suzuki because he made the game that made me fall in love with video games. I don't know the man personally. I never met him. The last game he put out that I played, I didn't like. Not really. So, I mean, I understand fandom. I understand these things. And if I had the power, if I was in Jeff's shoes, you would see Yu Suzuki every year at the Game Awards, winning an award for Best Arcade Game of 1987, and then 1988, and then we go back to 85 or something. Which is every game he's gonna get an award for. I'm gonna make a special nomination, a special category for your boy Yu Suzuki. Even Shenmue series will get in there, regardless of what 3 was. Still he's gonna get some shine because Yu Suzuki is the man in my eyes. And so Kojima is to Jeff Keighley as Yu Suzuki is to me. I get it, okay? But year after year, it's blatant. Like if Kojima doesn't put out a game within a year, then what's gonna happen? So here's the real kind of how's this gonna work out moment. Kojima's making games, or a game or anthology or whatever, for Xbox. Xbox is paying for it. Kojima is producing it. A bunch of other, I think he's doing a section in the game too. As I understand it, it's an anthology, so shorter games but with different directors and such, horror directors, to put a finer point on it. And I want to see how the Game Awards treats those games, the Kojima inspired, or the Kojima games. They are Kojima games, right? OD is what I'm talking about. And we saw the trailer and it looked kind of dope, right? And I was like, okay, well, all right. So I want to see if that one gets any nominations when it comes out. Hopefully it comes out next year. I want to see. And then that will be the actual tell to see if he's just not like, if he's a Kojima fanboy. Of course he is, yes. That's obvious. But is it also a little sprinkle of PlayStation, a little sprinkle of Sony in there? Maybe. He was caught red-handed. He can't beat the allegations. Caught blowing on a controller. Grown-ass man blowing into a controller live on the internet. There's pictures of it. I don't want to pull it up because then my algorithm will be all messed up, and there's a bunch of grown ass man blowing on thing. I not going there. All right. So anyway, all right. So we please stupid ass. Okay. So there's other kind of nominations, or not nominations, but other things down there. This guy. We're not gonna this influencer and esports team. We don't care about that stuff. I don't even know the name of esports team. Coach of the who care? No one cares. But that was what he has to put that in there. Sure. Now I was watching Boom Show, and Hargeet was on there, and Kay Asante and not Mag. I don't remember. Sorry. But anyway, Hargeet said something that I agree with 1,000,000,000%. He said that, and we'll get to it, that the nominations for best performance should be more than just one performance, if that makes sense. Because like in the Oscars, you have best male lead, best female lead, best supporting actor female, best supporting actor male. I think there's another one after that. And so I'm like, yeah, at least give a male and female. At least do that. And it's not to say that the females can't be better than the males, but it's to give the opportunity for the actors to win more awards. Now I understand the argument of splitting it into sexes. So okay, don't do that. Just do best lead, and then best supporting lead, and then best background. What I don't know. At least have more than one. Let's just say that. You don't want to split it into the sexes. That's fine. Give us lead, and then if it's co-lead, or whatever. Anyway, rambling. It's too early to be rambling in this video. Anyway, so most anticipated game, blah 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 blah. Grand Theft Auto is gonna win. We don't. Wolverine might squeak out a little bit. Witcher 4. Yes, people want that. No. Resident Evil. No. First Light. No. The only two, Grand Theft Auto 4, Marvel, and it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto. So I don't even know why that's okay. Let's go. Let's keep. Excuse me. Best multiplayer game: Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Ring, Peak. I don't even know what Peak is. Split Fiction. That's a bunch of good. Like I said, I don't know what Peak is. That's a bunch of good games. It's either Arc Raiders or Split Fiction. I'm gonna say that. Battlefield 6 is close contender. Elden Ring, Night Ring, no, it's too niche. Nobody play that. And remember, this is a popularity contest. It's not about this game got blah blah Metacritic. No, it's about zeitgeist and all that stuff. And also, there's politics involved too. Like Kojima's game are most likely to win, maybe possibly because everyone knows that Jeff is a stand for him, and so the voters would know that too. Now, will it influence their votes? I don't know. Are they gonna like it as much as Jeff? Maybe. If it's Kojima, which he made a game published by Sony versus anything that Xbox did, the person who's voting will probably vote for the Sony because Xbox tax Sony bias. There's a bunch of different factors that are going into these decisions that are being made, and it's just it's exhausting thinking about it. Anyway, best sports racing game: EA Sports FC 26. No, that's Football Club. F1 25. I hear that's popular. Mario Kart World rematch. Sonic Racing, Cross Worlds. If Forza had come out this year, then yeah, that would win because these are kind of, I ain't gonna say they trash. The problem with this is that racing should be its own category and sports should be its own category, but whatever. I'm sure they have other racing games that could have filled out the 5, but. Who's gonna win? I hope Mario Kart loses. I hope Sonic wins because Sega. And that's what's up. FC Club. Well, F1 might. I don't know. I'm not in the F1 scene, so I couldn't tell you. I don't even know if that's like the PC version. If there is a PC, I don't even know. But I hope Sonic wins because screw that plumber. Best Sim Strategy Day. Strategy. The Alters. I downloaded it, never played it. That's what this picture is. Final Fantasy Tactics, didn't play that. Jurassic World Evolution, nope, didn't play. Super Mario Civilization 7, nope. Tempest Rising, nope. 2 Point Museum, nope. I didn't play none of them, but I downloaded the alters, so I'm gonna give it to the alters because you like my methodology of thinking. No, it's not a good thing. But yeah. Oh, this was on. Let me mute that. Sorry, there we go. All right. Let's see. Best family game: Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyages, Mario Kart World. Please, Sonic Racing. Yay! Split Fiction. I think Donkey Kong's gonna win. I mean, Split Fiction. Split Fiction might be a better game, but I think Donkey Kong's a more palatable, easy to be family friend. I don't. I think Donkey Kong is more of a family, known IP for family, so I think that'll win. Mario Kart World, I don't think that. It's a cool kart open world game, I guess, but I don't think it's really doing what Nintendo wanted it to do. Best fighting game, someone said these are all like remakes and stuff. I mean, Virtual Fighter 5, that's a remake. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, that's a remake. Fatal Fury City, that's a remake. Cat Capture, that's a remake. What's 2XK? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, these are all old ass. Okay. Yeah, somebody else said that too. It's like, what are these old ass games? Why do you have best fighting game and ain't no new fighting games come out? So like so by that logic, if I don't know, if Capcom or whomever, a company that makes fighting games, remasters a fighting game every year. Doesn't have to be the same game, but just every year, new release, remaster, going through their catalog just to have a game in this. I mean, I don't think it's worth the money, but still, that's dumb. You should have it, but if there's no nominees or not enough to fill the thing, you say no. Actually, if there's one that's like it could be the best game ever, then you say, okay, we got best fighting game. You put it in there, and nobody else came out, so they win automatically. I mean, it's this competition. If you ain't in the game, you ain't gonna win. That's what's up. Anyway, but I mean, like in an instance where there aren't enough nominees, sure, you put a couple remakes and stuff, but still, it's like whatever. Could have put the best supporting actor instead of just best, lead act. Anyway, best RPG. This is where it get interesting. Best RPG. Look at that guy with the smiley and the mustache. That's Avowed. No, I think that's a Kingdom. Is that Kingdom Come? I think it might be Kingdom Come. Anyway, Avowed, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Nobody says Claire Obscure. Everybody just calls it Expedition 33. I don't even understand what Claire Obscure means. I mean, is it a name? Because Claire's a name, Obscure. I never heard of that as a last. Anyway, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, KCD 2, Outer Worlds 2, Monster Hunter Wild. Look, 2 Xbox games, 1 Game Pass game, and that's a PC game, and Monster Hunter. I downloaded Outer Worlds 2. Haven't played it yet. I played Avowed a bunch. Haven't finished it. I am in the 3rd act of Expedition 33. I'm going to say Expedition 33. I'm going to go against the 2 nominees. I mean, I haven't played Outer Worlds 2. Everybody's saying it's dope. So I might be like, after playing that, I'll be like, yeah, Outer Worlds 2 is better than Expedition. But honestly, I play Expedition right now. Once I got into Act 3, because I thought at the end of Act 2, that was like kind of the end of the game, but not thinking about the acts. But just like playing the game, I was like, oh, I'm going to beat the last boss right now. And then boop, and all this stuff. I was like, wait, that's not the end of the, okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say Expedition 33. That wins it, cause that's like everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's like, yo man, 33 people made it for $33 in 33 months. 33. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Even though I think Avowed and Outer Worlds get 2nd and 3rd place. I mean, everybody's saying Kingdom Come Deliverance is hot too, so I don't know. That's probably my Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Wilds, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Ice, Indiana Jones. Dr. Jones. Best action adventure game. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, of course. Ghost of Yote. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Yay! Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Split Fiction. I'm going to give this one to Indiana Jones and the Greatest Circle in the World. Well, it's definitely better than Ghost of Yote. Let's be real. Hollow Knight Silk Song is good, but it's just a 2D, whatchamacallit, Metroidvania. Split Fiction, while inventive and interesting, Indiana Jones was an experience. It was like, yo, if you like Indiana Jones, first of all, if you like Indiana Jones, if that's your jam, none of the, you don't, other than all this other stuff is not even English. You're like, Indiana Jones, this is what you see. That's all you see. You don't see none and nothing else. You know what picture they put on. Why did they put his picture there? Why? Because he finna win. Look, they even got the score right there, just like for real, for real. That's crazy, son. That's a video game. Did you imagine back when the Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb came out, and you looking at the goofy guy, and you hearing the voice acting? I'm like, well, this is as good as it's gonna get. This is Indiana Jones. I played it a little while ago. I was like, man, this game is it's like Tomb Raider, but not with triangles, if you know what I'm saying. So then we get Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I feel like this could have been a movie. This could have been Indiana Jones 4, but they did what was it called again? The Dial of Destiny. Oh my god, that was such a movie. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I'm gonna say it was a movie. That this game is better than the fourth Indiana Jones. Are you hearing me? This game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, is a better story movie experience than the fourth actual Indiana Jones movie, directed by James Mangold, who directed the Wolverine, I believe. Yes, and Logan. He's a good director. I ain't gonna front. I like Logan. The Wolverine was cool. I liked Logan though. That's his best movie so far. That's what I say. But yeah, it's This is. They should do that. They should get an act. They should get Troy Baker. Well, I think Troy Baker's a little too tall. But I was gonna say, get Troy Baker, have him work out, get some muscles, have him do the voice, do a face replacement, whatever. And they did a face replacement on the last movie, like the first part of it. He's young, he's on the Nazi train and stuff, and it was actually Harrison Ford doing the parts, and they would just put young face, but you can tell it has his old body on it and stuff. It's weird, but I don't know, whatever. But yeah, and then Indiana Jones, Indy, best action game: Battlefield 6, Doom: The Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi: Art of Vengeance. I'm going to say, look what picture they use. Shinobi. You heard that song by Young Dirty Bastard? It's pretty good. I mean, I know he's Young Dirty Bastard. I think he rhymes a little better than his pops did. But it still sounds like his pops is so surreal. Like, oh wow, he's actually kind of like ODB, but he's YDB. Anyway. Let me say. Okay. I want Doom to win because Xbox. Hello. I would say I would really, really love Shinobi to win because it's like a beautiful game. It's like, I wish that Sega would do this to every one of their games. I mean, they did Streets of Rage 4. They did this. I'm trying to think like what Golden Axe, but they're gonna do a 3D version, and I kind of like how that was looking too. So I'm like, yo, just keep going. I think Hades 2 might win that one. Although I think Doom is. Like, looking at all these, I think Doom might be... Like, Battlefield 6, I don't know, man. It's like... It feels like... it's just hard for... I haven't played it. But, I've played previous Battlefields. And it's like, it's an iteration on all those games, obviously. It's this one's better. Destruction's cool and all that stuff. So, I don't know, man. I don't even know if that's like... They should just have for best FPS. Do they have that? I mean, just leave it at that, right? Best VR game? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about VR. VR is niche. Nobody cares. Alien, Rogue and Scourge, Arcane Age. I don't even know that. Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, The Midnight Walk. Give it to Marvel's Deadpool VR because Deadpool's a cool character. I like him. Anyway, and yeah, we're not doing that. Best mobile game. Okay, does anybody care about? Let's read through it anyway, even though we haven't played any of them. Yeah. Let's see. Destiny Rising. I guess that's Destiny Mobile. Persona 5, The Phantom X. Sonic Rumble. Oh, wait, what is Sonic Rumble? Well, I guess it's a fighting rumble game. Uma Uma Musume. Did I say that right? Uma Musume. Pretty Derby. Withering Wave. I've heard of withering. I keep hearing about withering waves. Wuthering waves. Excuse me. But I don't know. So I have no opinion about any. I've not even seen those games. Best debut indie. Okay, here we go. Best debut indie. Blueprints, played it. It's alright. Claire Obscure Expedition, hell yeah. Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabonk. The game's developer withdrew the game for consideration. Here's why. Oh, let's see what they're talking about real quick. Okay, my internet's super slow. There you go. Megabonk just withdrew itself from the Game Awards. Its developer said it's an honor to be nominated, but they are choosing to withdraw. The Game social media said withdrawing from the Game Awards because Megabonk is not actually his first game. Oh, okay. Honesty. That's what's up. Okay, boom. We don't need to read anymore. Okay. What the heck just happened, man? Oh my gosh. Okay, now I gotta go and find it again. So dumb. Why would you do that? Where was I? Stop it. Now all the ads are gonna congregate. Get out of here. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. He gets props. That person gets props. I guess that is a man, because he said it's not his first game. So yeah. I've been watching a lot of Dispatch because I'm not gonna play it on PC. Because I don't play too many games on PC. I can, but I was like, I'll wait for it to come to Xbox and maybe I'll play it. But I mean, it's a point and click event. It's not point and click. It's you get the dispatch. You're the dispatcher, Mecha Man or something. Anyway, I watched a lot of it. I did not know that Aaron Paul was the voice of Mecha Man. Robert is his name, I think. I was into it. I was like, oh, okay. I was watching all the cutscenes and people. I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. All right. So I played the Blueprints, like I said. It was okay. Clear Obscure. That has to, because that's an indie game. It destroys like all. I mean, Dispatch is cool because of what it is, but as far as a game, yeah, nah, it's no competition. Come on, son, you can't even. This like Blueprints was cool, but it's like, nah, bro, I'm still playing Clair Obscure, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back and finish that. If you're a completionist, you're gonna be playing Clair Obscure for 1,000 million hours. There's so much stuff to do in that game. Anyway, best independent game, Absolum. I don't know what that is. Ball Pit. I heard the commercial, and people the announcer just called it Ball Pit, not Ball X Pit or Ball Cross Pit, just Ball Pit. So I'm gonna just call it Ball Pit because that's what the advertisement said. So that's what it's called, Ball Pit. Blueprints, Clair Obscure, 33, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong. Dude, Ball Pit is so addictive. It is so addictive. I'm like, yo, I'm about to now. But Clair Obscure is gonna clean house, son. All these other, I mean, Hollow Knight, I played a little bit. I was like, all right, cool. Hades 2, didn't play it yet. Blueprints, like I said, I played. Ball Pit, I'm addicted. Never heard of Absolum. Never heard of it. But still, Clair Obscure, all the way, baby. Best community support. Okay, who is that? Is that like anything that really anybody cares? That's just like, it's kind of like the most ongoing game, right? So Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 76, what is that? 14, yeah. Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. Okay, I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. Best ongoing game. See, they're I mean, they're similar. They're very close. Best ongoing game, best community support. They're very close because I mean, No Man's Sky is in both. Is best ongoing, plus the ongoing nature of a game kind of contributes to the best community support because you're supporting the community by keeping the game alive and updating it and stuff like that. So these two are a little redundant. There is overlap, but whatever. It's like one of those things. It's like, whatever. Does it matter? Not really. Those are those black hole games. Like, people are still playing them. That's really why these things exist as best ongoing game, because it's like, if you can get on this list every year, like No Man's Sky. I don't know how much money No Man's Sky is making, but I mean, they gotta be making something if they're still going, right? So I don't know. Marvel Rivals. I heard that's kind of going down a little bit, but I don't know. Whatever. Games for Impact. Consumi, Despelote, Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage. South of Midnight, Wanderstop. I don't know any of these except for South of Midnight. I finished it. It was really good. Really, really good. And there was a lot of unique things. I think the problem with South of Midnight is that it was, first, female protagonist, 1. 2, of color, 2. Of a certain lineage that is considered by many racists, I guess, as beneath, if you will. I mean, that's what racists do. They're like, you suck. You're not as good as me and my people, or, whatever flavor of racism you want to slap on there. It exists. And so, and it also exists within the, I would say, the population of these voters. I will guarantee you that within the voters that voted for these games, there are some racists. How many? I have no idea. I don't even know how many voters there are, but I'm going to say that some people are biased against other people's ethnicity just by numbers. That's just how the world is, So I can like, yeah, it's probably, it's not gonna ruin my day or anything, but it's just like, it's a matter of fact. And the fact that does exist, and it affects, a game like South of Midnight. It's not the best game ever created, but it's definitely like, whoa, okay, this was crazy. And like, how I think the thing that South of Midnight did really well, that they should do another East of Midnight, North of Midnight, whatever they want to call it, right? And you know what? That would work, because they could do North of Midnight, and it could be in the Northeast, or the north in the snow or something, and it could have the same kind of, maybe a Nordic version, So you say North of Midnight, and then it's like, oh, it's all about the Nordic tales and myths and legends and stuff. That'd be cool. Interesting. But what they did with the different tales of, like, the different bosses had their own kind of stories and like mythology, and it was so, like, interesting, like the lore that they created with the world. The one, I'm gonna spoil this real quick. I don't know, it's kind of a spoiler, but not really. So whatever, this is a cool one with Two-Toed Tom, I think his name is. But he was whatever. But there was one with the two brothers. Yo, let me tell you, that messed me up, like, inside my brain. I was like, hold up. The brother did the thing, and so I think I'm gonna mess it up. So I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about it, because I don't want to mess up any of the facts or details. As I remember it, there was two brothers, an older brother and a younger brother. I forgot why the older brother did what he did, but anyway, he was a bully to his younger brother, right? And so one day he took his younger brother, he shoved him into there was like a big tree with like a crack in it or something. And he shoved him in the hole in the tree, and he boarded him up inside the tree or something. And I think he died. I can't remember. And so his younger brother became the tree, and I was like, it's so crazy. I basically the older brother killed the young. Anyway, it was dark and spooky, and just like, what? I couldn't believe. I was like, what? Anyway, moving on. Sorry for innovation and accessibility. That means you could put the letters real big so you could read it, and you could put it real loud so you could hear it, and you put the colors real bright so you could see it, and auto fire. I don't know. You know what it does. I don't know if this is. I mean, this is cool to recognize, but whoever wins. It's not a big deal as far as it's not a big deal as far as zeitgeist and selling a game, if you will, but it is a big deal when it comes to um, the developers and the companies that make these games that are accessible to people who have maybe physical disabilities. They don't have all the fingers or whatever, or they have vision problem, whatever the case is. And so that's where it's important, but a lot of that gets left behind, and nobody cares about it because it's like it's not the majority of gamers and blah 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 whatever. So it sucks that is the way it is, but that's kind of the way it is generally in society, which sucks, of course. But I think games that allow people to play, even though they are disabled in some form or fashion, is great because, well, A, you sell more games, and B, you're more inclusive, and C, it's about having fun, right? So, yeah. So we don't even need to read those. It's just I'm glad there's a list of games that actually do it. Best performance. This is where Hargeet had an issue, and I have an issue as well, because I believe there's like 3 actors that were in one game, which is like, okay, Charlie Cox, Daredevil himself. I forget where Ben Starr is in. I forgot what game he's in. Erika Ishii, that she's the Ghost of Yote. Jennifer English. Or is it? I don't know who. Wait, I'm mixing it up now. Is it Erika Ishii? And I think it is. Anyway, Troy Baker should win. Let's be real. They have real actors in here. Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is there. Ben Starr, I believe he acted some stuff. I mean, he's been to voice acting. But yeah, Troy Baker should win that. It's just the fact that he did Indiana Jones, the fact that he did Harrison Ford doing Indiana Jones is ridiculous. He sounds like Indiana Jones. It's like, it's so uncanny that you can never not hear Indiana. That's how good he is. I'm like, he sounds more like Indiana Jones than Harrison Ford today sounds like Indiana Jones. That's what. So yeah, he won. He better win. If he doesn't win, then if the Ghost of Yote lady, no. If she wins, then I'm just gonna not even cover this next year. I probably will. Best audio design, I can't really say. I think Battlefield 6. Death Stranding, it's hard for me to say because usually, like gun games, if you will, games that have a lot of shooting have really good audio design because, I mean, I know Call of Duty does because you're like, and you hear pings and pooms left and right, and I'm like, yo, it sounds really good. Clear Obscure, I don't know if it had good audio design. I'm trying to think. The music was really good, but I don't know if the audio design per se was. It was good. I'm not going to say it wasn't good, but I think there are probably some other games in here. Like Silent Hill F, horror games always like have excellent audio. So, I don't know who would win because I haven't experienced any of these except for Claire Obscure, so I have no skin in the game. Best score in music, same difference. I mean, this is I would say a subjective type of thing right here because it's like, well, I don't like French music, so take off Clair Obscur. Oh, I don't like lo-fi hip-hop, and that's in this game, Ghost of Yote, so take that out. Oh, I don't like all this licensed music in here that they didn't really actually do any score. They just did music. They just licensed a bunch of music. Nope. Hades 2, I don't even know. Silk Song, I mean, I would I don't know. Like I said, the only one I played Hollow Knight a little bit, and I don't remember any music from that game. I don't. It's all like someone said. It's like a bunch of like kind of ambient type of music in the background. Claire Obscure has so many different tracks with the girl, oh, blah 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 blah, like singing in French and stuff. Like, wow, that's really cool and stuff. So yeah, I hope Claire. Every category that Claire Obscure's Expedition 33 is in, I hope they win. That's all I'm saying. Say that. Best art direction, Claire Obscure, they win. Okay. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 3, Hollow Knight. Same games. Hades 2. I mean, if it was the first one, sure. Did it win the first? I don't remember. Hollow Knight, I don't think. No, let's just take Hollow Knight out. Death Stranding 2 is too much like the first game, so I don't know. Because, okay, so best art direction is about the actual elements and objects in the game. The actual design of the things that you're seeing. Not the fidelity, but the actual design, right? And so when I think about Clair Obscur and all the different kind of bosses that you fight, and the fact that I fought a boss for like 5 hours that one time, I mean, I wish I could have recorded it. That would have been really crazy cool, but I didn't. As far as just looking at the graphics, I would probably say that fidelity-wise, I think Death Stranding 2 might be the best looking game fidelity-wise. Ghost of Yotei, it's close. I think Clair Obscur is the best art design or art direction because it's so unique in like its monsters and the worlds, and it's crazy. Just like this one world where it's all dancing like fabric ladies, and I'm like, this is it's such a weird and unique and just goofy, and yeah, it's really, I think Expedition 33 might be, yeah. The more I think about it, it's like so diverse. There's so many different, and like the first time I went into the I think the flying sea or whatever it's called, it's like a above ground ocean level. I'm like, who thought of this? Who would have thought of this? It's just really, I think Expedition might do that one. Best narrative: Expedition, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Silent Life. Once again, I have no idea what the Death Stranding narrative is. Ghost of Yotei, I understand it. It's just a revenge story, so I heard good things about KCD2, but haven't played it. So Death Stranding, Expedition 33 wins. Yay. Best adaptation. People were skipping this. But I want to go through this because I would say it's important in maintaining that zeitgeist for the video game properties, which is important in as a whole for just video games as an industry. Because if they're games like to movie adaptations, all the movies like flopped, it was trash and nobody liked them, blah blah blah, it reflects on video games. Then people don't take video games seriously. They're like, it's a trap. And really, it's all about money. Like if these game movies came out and they were all trash and then they all lost money, the uppers, the C class, the C-suite people, they wouldn't look at video games as a serious money maker, and so they won't invest in video games like that. And so there's an evil there's an evil cycle of money that needs to be made. And the better these movies that are from video games, the better they do, as far as monetarily speaking, the better it is, bottom line, for video games as an industry. And people don't really think about that, but I do. And so let's read. Best adaptation: a Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, The Last of Us Season 2, Splinter Cell, Death Watch, Until Dawn. Okay, Until Dawn, scratch that, throw it in the garbage. I didn't even watch it. I think we started watching it. I was like, I watched the trailer, and it's supposed to be like it keeps repeating. I was like, this ain't even like the game. Why? If it was like the game, tell me the story of the game in a movie form, and I would be good with that. But I don't know if it's even good, so whatever. So yeah, no. Until Dawn, done. Devil May Cry, was that anime or something? I didn't even know. That's gone. Splinter Cell Death Watch, I didn't even. What is that? That's a Netflix animated show, right? Gone. The two left, a Minecraft movie and Last of Us Season 2. So I've seen the scene. I haven't seen anything past the scene of Joel's demise, let's just say. And I was like, okay, I mean, it's not exactly like the game, but it's close enough, I think. Did she use a golf club? I think she did use a golf club. But I was okay. That's cool. But I've heard anecdotally that people didn't like it and it fell off, and it's mainly because they didn't like the Ellie character and the decisions that the producers, writers, or whoever was in charge made with that Ellie character. And I've seen little kind of clips and stuff that illustrate their points, and I was like, yeah, that's. I mean, I already didn't like Ellie because she's on this revenge trip and blah 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 blah. I mean, that's the whole point of the game, but still, just because that's the point of the game doesn't make it good. You know, you lose empathy for Ellie. You lose the rooting for Ellie, and she should be the most rootable. Like, she's immune to the virus, to the cordyceps, right? And so I'm like, they could have done so many things, because like they could have had a whole giant like manhunt after what went down in the first game. Like, yo, we're the Phoenix Flies, and you killed our doctors, and we gonna get that cure. And so there's like a super manhunt for Ellie, and she's running, and she's like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just, they could have done so many other things instead of revenge. Hate, revenge. And it's like, that's not a fun time. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, fungus zombies, but still, it could have been more exciting, adventurous, instead of it being just a drag and a drudge and like blah. And that's like the game and the movie, because they're pretty much, they're parallel. I saw a Minecraft movie, and it was surprisingly good. I was about to say surprisingly not bad, but no, it was surprisingly good. I didn't think it would be as good as I felt it was, based off of what people said, because they're saying, this director did it. I think it was it the Napoleon Dynamite director? I can't remember. And so, yeah, it was cool for the first, and then when they went into the Minecraft world, it was blah, 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 this and that and the third, and I'm like, okay. I mean, sure, I'll take what they said, and I understand it, but I got to see it myself. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, no, this is actually a good movie. They treated the material better than I thought they would, because I had no real expectations, and then I kind of had negative expectations because of what people were saying. But a lot of people are like pretentious, and they're like, oh, it needs to be better than Napoleon Dynamite, or I mean, I think it was, and it made a bunch of billions and millions of dollars, and a lot of goofy kids were destroying theaters. So there was a lot of things going on around that movie. All right, best game direction: Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Split Fiction. I think Death Stranding's gonna win this one because it's the most like a movie. So when you say game direction, I know it's supposed to be the actual game and gameplay and such, but this is literally like a movie. So I think that's gonna win. Because remember, this is the Jeff Keighley Loves Kojima Awards. So, Game of the Year, the big one. Did you notice what picture they use? I mean, is this just speculation? Is this what they're thinking it might be? Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Excuse me. I'm choking. It wasn't just because I said Donkey Kong Bonanza. Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silicate Song, Silicate. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Claire Obscure wins it, hands down. Death Stranding shouldn't win. Claire Obscure has to win. That's just, and that's the Game Awards. Those are the nominees. So Claire Obscure sweeps everything. Death Stranding will win Best Director because it's Kojima. He's the best direction of directors forever. Of course, they have Hades. That's Hades, right? Hades 2 in there, but yeah. I don't know if Split Fiction, is there a best multiplayer? There is, right? Yeah. Maybe Split Fiction wins that. I don't know. But anyway, not to keep this long. It's already going long enough, so I appreciate y'all hanging up, showing like and subscribe. Hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about these nominees, these goofy awards. Honestly, you know why we watch. We watch because we want to see the announcements. We want to see the new Xbox they're going to be dropping. We want to see all that stuff. So that's why we watch. All these awards are just a waste of time, honestly. it's good in one sense that it's like, okay, well, we won an award, so we can make a commercial saying we won an award, and maybe we get a couple more sales. Sure, that's cool. But besides that, it's I mean, it's kind of necessary for the industry because it gives it a level of, I guess, not authenticity, but it certifies it in a way that I mean, all awards shows are just goofy, right? But it is connected to the monetary performance, if you will, and it can create zeitgeist, and it can create like a second life and a second kind of run on these products. So it's all about marketing. It's all about the not the campaign, but it's something that exists only for for a segment. It is to placate their egos, and for another segment is for the smaller guys. Oh yay, we did good, and yay, we won Game of the Year, and we're small little guys, yay. And then it's for making that money, and honestly, like I said before, it's really for the game. It's an avenue to have a giant bunch of eyes looking at one thing at one time, and that's important, and that's where I think the Game Awards has replaced E3 in that respect, where everybody's gonna be watching it, everybody's gonna be talking about it, and it is necessary, like I said, because without it, then it's just scatterbrain, and then the internet itself is in charge of what, as far as like announcements and stuff. I mean, that's kind of the way it is now, but at least this is here to wrangle everyone into one focus one day of the year, and everybody will be talking about it. Anyway, I went on long enough. Ramble. I appreciate, and I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Till the way time.